The centerpiece of any Christmas dinner obviously is your turkey. So preheat your oven and get it out the fridge. Turkey is a notorious bird to get right. A common complaint is the meat is often dry. The secret to getting your turkey cooked properly and not drying out is basting the bird. So place the turkey on a layer of foil on a large roasting tray. Take a quarter of a stick of butter and place it in a mixing bowl. Add green herbs as is your preference. My personal recipe is a mix of parsley, oregano, basil, rock salt and black pepper. Then blend the mix together so the butter is a smooth paste with evenly distributed herbs. Then comes the fun part. Get your hands under the skin of the turkey and smother the breast meat liberally with the butter mix. Rub the mixture across the whole bird. Treat it like you're putting suntan lotion on and make sure it's thoroughly covered. People often panic about how long to cook the turkey to make sure it's done properly. There's a fairly simple rule to follow. If you roast at 180 degrees centigrade on a fan or 160 degrees centigrade in a gas mark oven for 40 minutes per kilo for the first 4 kilos and then 45 minutes for every other kilo above that. Therefore, a 5 kilogram turkey like ours should be in the oven between 3.5 and 4 hours, followed by a resting period in which the bird continues to cook. Place several rashers of bacon across the breast and legs of the turkey to help keep the juices flowing. Liberally distribute chunks of onion around the base of the bird and put half an onion and half a mandarin in the bird cavity to give some aromas and extra tang to the taste. The final touch is to cover the turkey with another layer of foil and try and ensure it is sealed in to retain heat and humidity. Then load your turkey into the bottom of the oven and you are ready to move on to the next stage. Prepping your veg is the next step. You want to wash your parsnips and the carrots, slice the tops and bottoms off, slice them to desired portion size and place them in a Pyrex glass baking dish. I like to keep the skins on to keep some of the flavour in. Likewise, do the same thing with your potatoes, which are going to boil before you roast them. So you slice and dice an onion, place it in a mixing bowl. Shake out a liberal amount of sage and rosemary and a bit of thyme, and then add some bacon bits and minced pork. Then you want to get that all mixed in together thoroughly with your hands and add some chestnuts or walnuts to the mix before then adding in a generous amount of breadcrumbs. When you put it into the oven, make sure you don't leave it on the bottom tray of the oven for too long because you are liable to burn the stuffing on the bottom of the dish. Ensure that you'll use butter to grease the oven dish before spreading the mix out. Alternatively, you can, as I said, roll the mix into little balls and place them on a greased tray. We've added some dried apricot to our mix here as a final touch, but there are a wealth of varieties to explore. Another excellent ingredient to use in your stuffing mix is apple. We then return to our root vegetables, our carrots and our parsnips. We glaze them with plenty of wonderful honey. And then garnish the dish with some walnuts and some cracked black pepper and throw in some full cloves of garlic. The final step is to put some olive oil over the dish and set it to one side. When you come to your sprouts, you'll need to peel off the outer layer of each sprout and cut off the stem. Once done, score a cross in the stem base of each sprout before placing them in a bowl. I do not boil up my sprouts, but I bake them so they keep a decent flavour and a bit of crunch. The other secret is using the sausage and bacon fat to marinate them in the oven. Sausages in bacon or pigs in blanket, this is very simple. Simply take your chipolata sausage and wrap each one in a rasher of bacon. Drain your potatoes and give them a good tumble in the colander to give them a fluffy edge. The secret to good roasties is using goose fat, but alas, here in Spain we must settle for pig fat instead. So get that tray basted in the fat before spreading the potatoes on top. Add some garlic cloves and some more fat on top and they are ready to go. Next on your checklist is your bread sauce. This can be made 3 days in advance and heated prior to serving, but you've got a little window here which is perfectly suited for making it.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Although it's been said many times, many ways,
The last thing left to do is to make your gravy. Tip it out of the turkey tray, add corn flour to thicken it up, and also add my secret ingredient, which is the juice and the fat from the sausages and the sprouts, to give you more volume without reducing the flavour. And then you are ready to serve your Christmas dinner to your waiting family. Sitting at the top of the stairs. Crackers are a vital part of the UK Christmas tradition. They are a small tube of novelties that you pull apart and make a bang when you do so. That adds a lot of fun to the entertainment of the afternoon.
Goodwill to all men. The least on earth can losing your friend.
It's there at your feet, and I never ever realized. Come on, it's there at your feet, I never ever realized.
One of the most infamous Christmas cracker novelties is the fortune-telling fish, which, as you can see here, flips and flops in different ways, and you can read the character or the personality of the person who is holding it. Christmas pudding, which is as old as time itself. That is fruit soaked in brandy, and if you're not full by the time you get to the pudding, you will be afterwards. All that remains for you to do once you have completed that part of your mission is to fall asleep slowly on the sofa. Oh, and obviously the washing up, which is a mountainous task. Happy British Christmas to you all, and to all a very Merry New Year.